Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI, reaching you live from Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria, South Nigeria to be precise. This is South Nigeria to the world, if you want to say that. Well, we want to take a look at the security situation in Edo State, zooming in the Vigilante group, talking about the aspect of withdrawal of guns from these men. They said these guns were withdrawn from them by the Nigerian police force for verification or vetting. And as it stands right now, it's like the men of Vigilante, they are scared to go out to do their job, even with, the prompting of personnel saying, yes, guys, kudos, go on, do your job. But how can you send a man to farm without a cutlass to cut, topple down trees? That seems to be their situation right now. With me here in the studio to talk about this, he is a legal practitioner and, of course, agriculturist, a political analyst. Join me to welcome Barrister Robinson Imade. Barrister, thank you so much for coming on today's show.
Good morning, Wilson. Good morning if you are home.
We're expecting St. Moses Mosele. And of course, we get to mention Barrister Greg Odaze and Barrister Justin Ray. If they can make it to the studio, fine. But as I say, the show definitely must go on. Now, what do you feel about the revamp of Edo State Security Corps? Now, that is the new name, so to speak, with a body at the helms of affairs. Let's start off from there.
Well, it is no news that the new administration is trying to, if you like, overhaul all that it met on ground. It is no news also that many of the things that the immediate past administration did are today said not to be good enough, or at best are being subjected to reviews, various reviews. The vigilante group will not be an exception. The only thing is, I would seriously advocate that we should not mortgage the security of lives and properties in Edo State or sacrifice them on the altar of politics. If the police decided to withdraw the guns because they want to profile them to know whether or not they were registered perhaps, one wonders where the police has been in the last how many years that the vigilante group operated in Edo State. Again, if the last administration just gave guns out to people with scanty training, because I know they trained some at Ogida and the others, without really profiling those guns, knowing who is holding which, and whether the guns are duly registered or not, that would have been wrong. But to ask people to go out in the day and night to secure other people who are going about their businesses or sleeping in their homes without weapons is, to say the least, you can go and die. In my opinion, that would be wrong, and I salute the courage of the vigilante men who have said we cannot go out to face criminals who oftentimes we are told are more armed than even the police with bare hands. Unless we are taking them for magicians or native doctors or people who can perform miracles by going bare hand to hunt lions and tigers. So in my opinion, the dilemma is just beginning. The police will do well to, ensure that these people are giving weapons to be able to defend us. In any case, if the police itself that is becoming a stumbling block in this matter are up to their responsibilities, there would be no need for the vigilante group. I will say that the vigilante group has been of immense contribution to the security of life and properties in the state. So to wipe them off would be wrong. Instead, I think that the vigilante group should be fortified. More people should be recruited, and they should be on government payroll. I am aware that for the years they have served, it was, if you like, pro bono, free of charge.
Yes.
They tell them they are volunteer group. I know some of them who left their workshops, who left their normal daily activities to join the vigilante group. And I wonder how they have been coping. Asking people to go out with guns, without salaries, to work for you, is encouraging corruption. It's even, I salute the patriotism of the people. Otherwise, you give me gun to go secure you, you don't pay me salaries, I have a gun in my hand. Anything could have happened if they wanted to toe the line of crime.
But do you think there's a reason why these guns were withdrawn?
I don't know the reason the guns were withdrawn. We were told that the guns just came out and they want to know where the guns are, where they came from and everything. Whatever reason for the withdrawal of the gun is okay. But what I'm saying is that in overhauling the security vigilante group, they must think of ensuring that the people are known, they are on salaries, and of course, they are employed by government. Otherwise, to give guns to people who are not paid, to be out in the night and day, in my opinion, is a serious fallacy that could be counterproductive.
All right, now, but how do you think, or how long do you think the police should be with these guns? Because we talk about mopping up of guns, we're talking about loads of guns, lots of guns, and time is ticking. This is the Yuletide season. How long do you think the process should take for at least genuine members that are really eager to work to protect lives and properties from falling into dangerous hands? How long do you think this would take for them to have their guns in order to do their job effectively and efficiently?
I will answer from two angles. On the political front, the police will be doing this job of profiling the guns for as long as the government of the day, the state government wants.
Whoa.
But if you ask me, I would think the guns should remain with the police until the vigilante people are screened and employed, given employment. Whether it is the first answer or the second, the people of the state are in trouble because, like you mentioned, it's the Yuletide season when we often witness serious security threats. You and I may be able to buy a chicken for as much as 20,000, 30,000 naira today. It will be more as we get closer to the Yuletide period. And at the end of the day, not many people are able to get or garner 20,000 naira in a month. And such people may have wives and children, family. The point I'm making is that it has been unfair and very much unfair for us to have sent people out to protect us without remunerating them. It is good now that the guns have been taken from them. Let them keep the guns. That's I speaking now. Let them keep the gun for as long as the state government is ready to do the needful, employ these people, perhaps gainfully too.
But until then, what should be done? Because right now, as we speak, we've had cases of burglary. We have cases of, like, car theft and the rest of them. Each night, if these guys are without their guns, they cannot come out to work. You cannot tell them to come out, chase bullets from an assailant when they don't have anything to protect themselves. They go out there with sticks against guns. It doesn't make sense.
I don't even think they will be allowed to carry sticks now. They are weapons. If people get the kind of government that they deserve, if the state government believes that the security of lives and properties of Edo State people is paramount, and it should be, then they should quickly and very quickly too do the needful. The needful in this case is ensure that you employ these people, ensure that the police do whatever they want to do and hand over the guns to them, ensure that they are fully equipped with good vehicles and the likes. Otherwise, let the police give a guarantee that what we are seeing, these incidents of burglary, these incidents of theft and all, including, I don't think I've heard of kidnapping in the last, since they seized this thing. It will come. The police must assure Edo State people, assure the government of Edo State that it will be up and doing and will be able to protect the lives and properties of Edo citizens. Otherwise, let them, the state government, stand up and let the police know that the primary aim of this government, primary reason this government was voted into power, is to protect the lives and properties of the people, which today is in jeopardy. Nobody is safe. The police is not able to do the much it should do. If the police were up and doing, the idea of vigilante springing up across the country would not have come in the first instance. They must own up that they have failed, the policemen or the police authorities, and they must not become a stumbling block to individual state efforts at ensuring that the people are protected.
All right, now talking about kidnapping, on the outskirts of Benin, talking about the outskirts of Benin, we see have cases of kidnapping. And let's say the vigilantes then, they were armed, that is, were able to reduce some of these kidnapping incidents because they were armed. Right now, in the interior, well, I say the exterior of the interior, so to speak, in Edo State, they cannot dare it. Because these kidnappers, these killer headsmen that are chasing part of their farms, they are armed to the teeth. So how would a vigilante that used to have a gun to repel these assailants go out there to do the same?
It is obvious that the vigilante cannot go out against the herdsmen, against the robbers, against the kidnappers, against the thieves bare hand. It is also obvious that the government knows that it is mortgaging the security of lives and properties of Edo people. It is, of course, clear that the police also know that it cannot handle all of these issues. There is nobody, not even a very well-trained police officer, can face any of these armed groups without arms. There is no way anybody will tell me that the state is not in danger of these assailants today. Whether I have heard of kidnapping, you have mentioned that in the interior or exterior or interior of the exterior of the state,
Yeah.
there are kidnappers, there have been kidnappings.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be more. Maybe they are just testing the waters. In a country where the employment level is at its lowest ebb, in a state where employment has not been germinely done for years, in a state where people are hungry, in a country where millions of people came out to protest against hunger, you are saying that even the hungry vigilante people should go out without arms to confront hungry but well-armed assailants? It's impossible. As far as I'm concerned, the government must know that the primary reason for being there is to protect us. And not doing that is failing in its responsibilities. The police, of course, whether we like it or not, have agreed in the past that they have failed. That is why vigilante group sprang up here and there, and they didn't protest against them. When they had the opportunity, election is coming, oh, surrender your guns, be out, we are in charge. The police, as a force, was not set up to run elections. The police, their duty is to ensure internal peace in the country. And until you do that 24/7, all year round, then you have failed.
All right. Now, if you take a look at Amotekun, despite the fact they were told to, leave the scene in course of the election, when they came back, this wasn't done to them. They came back in full force with their weapons, everything intact, and over the week, they were able to make arrests, substantive arrests of individuals that may want to cause mayhem in the western region of the country. But now take a look at Edo State. How come Edo State is different?
Edo State, I told you before that the police will continue to do this job, speaking from the political angle, for as long as the Edo State government wants.
So are you saying the government is directly involved in this?
If that's your conclusion,
I'm asking the question. I'm not concluding right now.
If the Edo State is not, government is not directly involved in it, what state government will allow this kind of situation? You mentioned Amotekun. Ondo State also had elections.
Yes.
I tell you for free that when they were coming back after they withdrew for the period of the elections, they were better fortified. They gave them more vehicles, and more weapons. But in Edo State, perhaps because it is not the same party that is in government, perhaps because, and that perhaps will be up to 90% of the reason. They have moved them out. Just tell me one thing that this government has inherited from the previous one that has not been criticized. One. Everything that was done by the last administration is either seen as badly done or very unnecessary or done, I don't understand, including this vigilante group. I will not be surprised if all those people who have sacrificed their time, effort, even lives to ensure that the volunteer in the vigilante group are all sacked tomorrow and new people recruited. I would not be surprised.
Are you not saying that it's based on political affiliation? Are they bringing politics into security? Because you talked about the present administration that had members as vigilantes, and right now they're beginning to refurbish or rejig guns withdrawn. Is that the method they want to screen out the people that are not faithful to the party in power?
Of course, there is no gainsaying the fact that politics has crept into security in Edo State. Otherwise, you tell me, if PDP had won the election, would this have been happening? No. It would have just been the same thing that happened in Ondo that would have happened here. And when government begins to toy with the security and lives of the people, that government is already signing its death warrant in quotes. Even if you want to condemn everything that your predecessor did, don't toy with security. Don't toy with the education of the people. Don't toy with the health of the people. The security today is being screened. The health area has been touched. The education is also been touched. And those are three key areas that any government that wants to succeed would not toy with. If you ask me, this withdrawal of guns from the police, from the vigilante has political undertone. Otherwise, why is it taking the police so long to do this and ensure that the people can sleep with their two eyes closed? That's the way I look at it.
So you mean politics has crept into everything?
Whether we like it or not, everything we do is political, but this is politics taken too far.
Politics taken too far.
Yeah.
All right, now, if you take a look at the person of Ibadan, the man that's in charge now of the core, fine, fantastic fellow. Some are saying that he has his job caught out for him. Are you not insinuating that he's not the one directly in charge of all these laws? Bring out your gun, bring it out there, or he's taking instruction from someone, somewhere, that is deep in neck into politics?
Whoever he is, however qualified he is responsible to somebody. He was appointed. All right? When he was appointed, nobody told him that he was independent. So whether we like it or not, he'll be responsible. I believe he will work. I believe he will work very well. I believe the system will come out better if he's given the free hands to do it. But for now, he's not in charge.
He's not in charge for now?
He's not.
So what do you think should be done in this situation? Because right now, some able-bodied men that are willing to work are scared to come out. After all, you don't even trust this kind of traditional medieval bulletproof. You saw a situation in the papers where a native doctor tried testing his gun charm and the guy landed in the hospital. So nobody wants to go out there without strapping up.
Even during the period of empires, emperors, and the likes before modern civilization, people still use guns.
Yeah.
A gentleman visited me yesterday and said the police came and tried to arrest him, but he did something and he vanished.
Oh, he did something and he vanished?
He said he vanished. They were looking, but they didn't see him. I said, have they not seen you now? He said, yeah, it was another time. It was not ready that they came and they caught him. You know, the truth of the matter, he may have escaped.
Yes.
To vanish, I think, is not as easy as you and I would think. I believe that Edo State government should please, this is an appeal now, step up on security, especially this period. For many, many years, until the vigilante came, I was the chairman and the man in charge of the security of a good part of Igos and beyond. Landlords like me were contributing money. We recruited our boys.
Yes.
We engaged the police, DPO and his officers in the care of the law. They were coming, patrolling our area 2 times every night. And we're paying them. It was able to abate the security challenges we had, because these things sprang up immediately when not less than 5 houses were burgled in one night. Wow. And a medical doctor, now a professor in the Uniben, was shot right here close to your station. So we started this thing, and it worked. We were paying through our noses, and at the end of the day, the people knew we were serious and left us alone. But when this vigilante came, we thought they were doing a good job, because some of the boys also are in our area here. And so our own effort died down. Just a few days ago, okay, in the last 1 week, not fewer than 5 landlords have called me. Barrister, this is what there is, no security. Can't we start our own again? That's the kind of situation the government is putting us into. We were not only, even though the service of the police from a care of the law was free, but we were at least able to fuel their vehicles to patrol. But when vigilante came under the past administration, we stopped. And we have enjoyed security since then. People are already calling on me, let us revive our own security.
Because there are lapses in security.
Exactly. So that's the kind of situation I think we are plunged into today. And it is not in the interest of the state government. Let us assume that the state government has no hands in this. The state government should have a hand in ensuring that the police do their job fast and bring back the guns, and however they're going to do it, so that the vigilante group, whatever name they want to call it, will begin. So that the gentleman you mentioned, a man I respect so much, a man I know will do well, will start his job. He has not started.
Because right now everything is just...
He's not in charge right now, whether we like it or not. Wow. Can he force people now to go out? Will I send my, have myself go out to defend people barehanded? Will I send my children? Will you do that?
Without a gun?
Will anybody do that without a gun? They should provide guns for them, provide vehicles, and train them. Training and retraining should be on. And over and above all of this, they should put them on salaries.
Salaries.
That's the way I look at it. And the earlier this is done, the better for all of us.
All right. All right. Now, last week we were talking about the security aspect, and of course I invited a one-time Chief Security Officer of Edo State, talking about Asemota. Yes, Isaac Asemota. Sir Isaac Asemota, one-time CSO of Edo State during the time of Chief Lucky Nosaka Igbenegya when he was the governor. And the man spoke volume. He said, aside, you know, I mean, these people, you should bring APC, not the party, okay, armored personnel carriers, to protect these people, to go do their job effectively and efficiently. And right now, you are withdrawing their guns. The question now is, for how long? Because no man can go chest bullets. And right now, it's like these guys, they are scared. Of course, they have the right to be afraid. We were talking about guns blazing. You want to go, you know, tackle an assailant and all that. It's not really cool. It's not really cool. Anyway, before we call it a wrap on this segment, what advice do you have for the governor and, of course, the people in charge of security, even, you know, about the leader right now of the corps? What advice do you have for them? Because usually, like we were saying, for now, count us out. We cannot go out there to attack or defend these people without us defending ourselves. We just can't go without strapping up. It's not possible. What advice do you have for them, Barrister?
Well, you said that a one-time chief security officer said APC should be deployed to be given to them among personnel carriers. I also want to say that APC should let security be enhanced in Nigeria.
Which of the APC are you talking about?
I'm
talking about armored personnel carriers. Look, don't quote me out of context.
I'm talking about the All Progressive Congress now.
Okay.
All right? And in doing that, the government must be open. The governor must be open because he's the chief security officer of the state. All right? The governor must be open. The governor must not allow any political affiliation or political interest mortgage the security of lives and properties of Edo State people. The new man must also let the governor know that he has been pronounced to be in charge. And so when things are going wrong now, people will erroneously, I'm adding erroneously, think that he is not doing well. If they are not ready for him to start the job yet, they should suspend his appointment in his own interest. All right? And if they believe that they trust him, they want him to work, they should make the police act fast and return guns, and the government should put them, the people on salary I've been mentioning, and ensure that they provide them with logistics. The police on its own knows. And I think the police will be able to do this in 3-4 days if they are not also looking at the state government. The police must know that it is not under the state government, must do its job professionally, and ensure that these people complementing their efforts are allowed to work.
All right, you've heard Barrister Robinson Imade, because as it stands right now, the men, they are willing to work, but the tools have been taken away from them. Tell me, how can they operate? You just can't tell the man that is trying to protect lives and property, do it just barehandedly. It's like it's crazy, doesn't make sense. I mean, no guns, no weapons. What if the assailant is coming armed to the teeth? And just there looking at them, the man will run. And you will not blame him, all right? Because as it stands right now, it's like once they are there, they have their hands in their hands, their hearts in their mouth. Now, minus the gun, how is it going to happen? Governor, I know you have great plans for the state in terms of security. I know you have wonderful plans, but time is ticking. Time is of the essence. For our police, how long does it take for you to provide guns? They submitted their guns, their names, receipts. How long does it take? Are we not doing political selection? I'm asking the question right now. We're doing political selection. Is that what we're doing right now? These men need to go out there to protect lives and property. They've been proving that police cannot do it alone. It's been ascertained. That is the truth. We do respect the Nigerian police force. They're doing their best. But come on. This corps, they need to work effectively and efficiently. They can't do it without their tools. They can't do it without their guns. They cannot do it without strapping up to go face assailant. It's not easy. And of course, the aspect of being paid, that should be considered. These guys should be paid. They should be paid. You can't arm a man without payment and be tempted to go rob or steal to make ends meet. We don't want that. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. Tick says the clock. Tick, tick. What you have to do, you need to do it quick.